Hello again. In the previous videos, we examined our venture Pratika's business model, value proposition, and customer empathy. Now we lift our heads and look outward, at the world surrounding our startup. The environment map gathers the external forces that affect our business model into 4 windows, so we can spot early the forces we can't control, but that directly affect us. Let's take a closer look. The first force, market forces. This reflects customer demand, what they need, what they're looking for. For Pratika, people who can't find someone to practice English with look for an alternative where they can speak without being judged. That's a demand signal. That's why market forces fall under desirability, the desirable category. The second force, key trends. Social and technological currents. For example, voice AI now being in everyone's pocket makes real-time speaking practice possible. That's a matter of feasibility, so trends fall under the feasible category. The third force, industry forces. Competitors, suppliers, and platforms. For Pratika, the App Store and Google Play determine the product's visibility. Private tutoring is a strong rival. These are also about being able to run the business, so they're in the feasible category. The fourth and final force, macroeconomic forces. The overall economy, costs, and purchasing power. For example, when household budgets tighten, switching to a paid subscription gets harder. When the exchange rate rises, AI infrastructure costs go up. These determine whether the business is profitable and sustainable. That's why macroeconomic forces fall under the viable category. So why are some forces desirable, some feasible, and some viable? Because each force answers a different question. Market forces show what the customer wants. That's desirability. Trends and industry forces ask whether we can achieve it technically and competitively. That's feasibility. And macroeconomic forces determine whether the business can survive in the long run. That's viability. Placing an external force in the right category also tells us from which angle we need to test it. So where do we find these insights? Industry news, market reports, competitor tracking, and economic indicators are the most valuable sources. But here's the critical point. The outside world never stops changing. Something that's an opportunity today can turn into a threat tomorrow. That's why keeping the environment map alive is vital. An outdated map catches you exactly in your blind spot. This is where FounderScope Copilot comes in. It helps you scan current developments to keep your map fresh, see bad scenarios early, and never miss new opportunities. In summary, the environment map gathers the 4 external forces surrounding our business model into one canvas. It labels each with the right category, and by updating it regularly, we stay prepared for threats and catch opportunities early. You can't manage the inside of a startup without seeing the outside. We'll continue Pratika's journey in the next video.